How's it going, everybody? It is March 8th. This is Merch by Amazon or Merch on Demand sales update. I'll be brief with the numbers. What I wanted to talk about is something new that I'm trying, and I'll get into that. It's basically testing out new pricing. I know a lot of people have done this in the past, but I'll discuss that briefly. What I want to talk about are March numbers because yesterday, I put out a video and basically said that March feels a little different, feels a little more active. A couple of people have basically told me that they're feeling the same thing. Activity's up, so hopefully, we see some pretty good results. What I'm looking at are results from March of 2022, which is last year, and I'm kind of hoping to. I mean, the goal is always to beat those results, but I mean with the kind of start that I've had to this year, I'm just kind of hoping to beat the last 2 months. So last March, I had 168 sales in the US and I had 319 sales in total. Now, when it comes to uh, this month and looking at the US, these are the numbers from the first 7 days. I'm recording this on the 8th, pretty much first thing in the morning. I do have one sale in the US. So the numbers are basically for the first 7 days. So looking at these numbers, I mean, it's very, I think possible that I'm gonna get this number close to it or actually beat it. So that's actually pretty good. When I'm looking at uh, the first 7 days of March of 2022, I'm getting 88 sales. So this would be without today, without the eighth day. And then when I'm looking at, so this is this month so far, it's 84. So I'm about 9 sales behind, which is like one day, behind, I guess, the total for March 2022, which is, I guess, insignificant. It's pretty close. So what I'm trying to say is that there's a big chance that this month uh, I will get the 300 plus that I'm kind of always hoping for. 300 is my magic number, just because I know, what that translates to when it comes to royalties or just in general, like the kinds of numbers that I'm expecting. But here's the thing, and this will brings me to my second point, which is pricing that I wanted to talk about. From time to time, I look at my royalties per sale, and then things like this, of course, they stand out, right? I mean, there's always so much confusion. I remember when we actually got into these new marketplaces, nobody knew what to do. We were all lost because we were kind of like, do we even list in these marketplaces? A lot of people on online on YouTube were saying, nope, don't even worry about it. Just go with the US. That's where the most of your sales come in. My lesson from that has been like, oh yeah, definitely list. These are the other marketplaces that you want to care as much about as the US. But but when I was doing it, it was either auto uploads from Amazon, or later on I was basically just uploading as many products as I could at a price point where I just thought that they were gonna fly off the shelf because it was kind of like uh, a low cost items. And that's when we get into like 188, 179, 260. Even this is like, I think, under $2 per sale. And that just doesn't make sense. So what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks is actually taking my best sellers, not just random products, but the best sellers, and switching the price from, either 17.99, 18.99, 19.99 to 21.99. So with those items, I'm getting about $6 in royalties. Now, for example, this item here is one of the ones that I've switched. So far, as you can see here, it's about 460 my royalties, but that's because this includes the pricing. It's these are the count from the last 30 days, which means that my pricing isn't uh, taken into consideration for the whole period, which is 30 days. So this will actually increase as time goes on. Now, the thing that I want to point out is that these are not just, uh, let me just get this up. These are not just random uh, items that don't have any activity. For example, this is this is one of the items that I've put at $21.99, and it has 68 ratings. As you can see here, it has constant activity. It sells, every, well, now it's like all every day, but it usually every second or third day. So there is activity, but it's not like it sells 5 or 10 a day. However, the reason I'm picking those ones is because they have good ratings and because there's clear activity when it comes to sales, even though I'm not advertising those items. So those are all organic sales, and what I've seen, at least in the last week and a half, is that uh, sales are actually slowly going up after I had increased the price. So that's kind of what I'm testing out. Now, what I want to do is I want to actually do that to, 100 plus products, just to see if some of this will go up. And I want to do this for pretty much any marketplace. And I'll actually start with my best sellers and regular sellers. So that's kind of, what I'm working on right now. March does feel a little different. It feels good actually, because even if we're not looking at, for example, comparing, weeks or months, uh, just looking at even yesterday, for example, I'm looking at 15 sales, right? The day before, if we're just looking at individual days, uh, okay, so that's a 9. So that I would actually consider that lower. So so things like this, for example, like 14, so 15, 9, 14, like that's what I'm talking about. This is the increased activity that from looking at February to now, that's different. And if we multiply that by, a couple of dollars here and there on each item sold, when we're taking the price increase into consideration, things are slowly, looking better and better. So, anyways, in the interest of time, I'm gonna wrap it up here. But I'm curious if you guys have done that. What's the highest that you've gone with your price point? Like I'm comfortable with 21.99, but that's because these are proven items that have good reviews and good sales. I don't know if I would do that with the new T-shirt, but I'm curious what you guys have to say. Anyways, I'll wrap it up here. Thank you guys. I'll talk to you soon.